No. Don't do it. I'm Andrew Edwards, and you're watching the Gear Life YouTube channel, and today we are submerging this Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus inside of this Starbucks Crystal Ball Frappuccino. Now, why would I be doing something so outlandish? You guys asked for this. Now, for those of you who don't follow me on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, this was the #1 answer when I posed the question, what liquid should I use to do a water test with the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus? What's going on, Tech Squad? Andrew Edwards here, editor-in-chief at GearLive.com. If this is your first time here, this channel is all about tech, gadgets, and gaming. So if you're into that kind of stuff, feel free to hit the subscribe button down below, along with the bell notification icon so you don't miss any future videos. As I said, today we are doing a water test on the Samsung Galaxy S9. This is the S9 Plus in particular. Samsung says it is IP68 water and dust resistant. What that means is this should be able to be submerged in 1.5 meters of water for up to 30 minutes with no repercussions at all. It should work completely fine. Now, about a year ago, when Starbucks released its unicorn Frappuccino, you guys said that I should dunk the Galaxy S8 into that drink in order to test its waterproofing abilities. And when I put out that same question this year with the Galaxy S9, you guys went right back to the limited edition Starbucks Frappuccinos. Starbucks just released this new Crystal Ball Frappuccino. I think it was either yesterday or the day before. No, it was actually yesterday. They released it yesterday. I didn't even know about it, but that's when I asked the question, and you guys made sure to let me know, hey, there's another limited edition Frappuccino out there, and that's what we want you to dunk the Galaxy S9 into. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus and I'm going to submerge it in this Starbucks Crystal Ball Frappuccino. We're gonna put it in there, we're gonna submerge it for 30 minutes, then we're gonna take it out and see if it passed the test. Does everything still work? Does the display work? Does it turn on? Can I use facial recognition? All that stuff. So let's give it a try. Let's move on over to here and let's get to dunking. We're going in. Start the timer. We are in. The Samsung Galaxy is IP68 certified, and what that means is that it can survive being submerged underwater at up to 1.5 meters depth for 30 minutes of time. So that's why I chose a 30-minute time frame to see if it could survive 30 minutes in the Starbucks Frappuccino. And by the way, if you're unfamiliar with the Starbucks Frappuccino, this is basically a drink that I think Starbucks created specifically for Instagram and for people to send pictures of them getting this drink and drinking this drink with their friends. The allure of the drink is that it's supposed to be, as you sip and drink it, not only does it change color, but it changes flavor as well. But it's definitely not something that I would consider super healthy. The 16-ounce version has 410 calories, 62 grams of carbs, of which 59 grams of those carbs are from sugar. And then on the top where the whipped cream is, they sprinkle even more colored sugar. So not only are we testing to see if the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus can be submerged for 30 minutes in this crazy concoction, we're also seeing if it can survive being surrounded by 59 grams of sugar. And if you're unaware, that 59 grams of sugar is about 1.5 times the maximum amount of sugar that's recommended for your body per day. All right, we're coming up on the moment of truth here, and I'm genuinely curious. Obviously, when you're IP68 rated, that's rated off of water, not off of water and milk and sugar and whatever else is in this crazy concoction. All right, guys, time is up. It is now the moment of truth. So that 30 minutes is up. This is the Galaxy S9, still dripping wet from the, what do you call this thing, Crystal Ball Frappuccino. So I got a paper towel here. I figured I wouldn't rinse it off. I would just kind of wipe it down just to give it a little more of a challenge. The screen already on. I accidentally pressed the Bixby button of all things, but if I can get out, yeah, so it's responding to the swipes. Even though the display is still wet, it's still responding to swipes and everything like that. But let me go ahead and get this. It's super sticky, it's disgusting. Oh man, the camera on the back is all, it's like slimy. It's not just, doesn't just come off. There's like a stickiness to this because of all the sugar and syrup. And Bixby, be quiet. Bixby, no. All right, so first, let's see if it'll do facial recognition. It is still pretty gross and slimy on there, but let's see what happens. I'm gonna just turn it on. And yes, it took me right into the home screen of the phone there. And again, yes, I can swipe around. I can go through my apps and everything. Let's see if how the camera is faring right now. The camera is pretty blurry, but I imagine if I just rinse this thing off, it'll be fine. Let me go into the selfie camera here. All right, the sun is super bright behind me, but I could take a quick selfie. I will put that in the video, and then I'll turn it around and let's take a picture of what we got over here. Now again, it even says actually a clean lens makes for better shots. So it was telling me that it knows that my lens is messed up, which makes sense. Not that it's messed up, but that it's not in an optimal, clean, and pristine condition. So let me go ahead and wipe it down a little more though. But that's it. We put it in there, 30 minutes, submerged. It is super cold, by the way. Submerged in the Starbucks Crystal Ball Frappuccino as requested by you guys. The Galaxy S9 Plus did survive. It still works. There are no issues here. And again, that is submerged in not just liquid, but syrup and cold and ice and everything else like that. So these smartphones nowadays are pretty amazing when it comes to that stuff. So imagine even 3 years ago, taking a phone like this, a flagship phone, and submerging in liquid like that. It would not survive. It would come up with all sorts of issues. So that's one of the things now that we kind of take for granted is the waterproofing of these devices. Big shout out to Samsung for the build quality here. Big shout out to Apple for doing the same thing. Google with the Pixel, we're still waiting for you to jump on board with the IP67 or IP68 water and dust resistance. Oh, down here in the port, even the headphone jack and the charge port, USB-C port, and the speaker all have some sort of gunk in them. So I'm gonna rinse this whole thing off and get it back into pristine condition. But there you have it, guys. That was your look at taking the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, subjecting it to a super frigid water and syrup and disgusting drink test, and seeing that it came out the other side after 30 minutes in perfect condition. Now, as for this, I do not recommend you guys go out and buy these. The taste, even before the phone went in, was nasty. Not that the phone would give it some sort of even worse flavor, but it just isn't just not the best. No. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, Starbucks, come up with something better. If you enjoyed this one, please do drop a like on this video, and don't forget to click or tap on my face when it appears here at the bottom of the screen in order to subscribe for free to the channel. This is unbelievable. I don't know why I do this to myself. I'm Andrew Edwards. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate your support, and I will catch you in the next video.